We open the show with a confrontation between the Raw Women's Champion Anna May and the SmackDown Live General Manager, Paige, who basically wasn't very happy with how Anna May chose to do things against Stephanie McMahon, not even just during their matchup, but after the match where Anna May decided to put Stephanie to rest, per se. And Paige would basically say, now, as for your punishment, even though Stephanie is no longer in power, I'm going to give you the listen in humility. You're not the ace of the division when you're facing me. Meanwhile, to start off this homecoming event, we have Bianca Belair versus Piper Niven, where we have NXT's past stars coming back to NXT to put on an excellent show for you in this 2-hour event. We also have Adam Cole versus Seth Rollins, as well as DIY Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Let's get the highlights of this match. So these two individuals, Bianca Belair and Piper, have a storied history. They had a one-on-one champion versus champion match on NXT, and Bianca Belair would win. Plain and simple, clean as a whistle, no big problems whatsoever. Second time they would meet would be on Monday Night Raw, where Piper would just completely annihilate Bianca Belair in about 6 minutes. Talk about not making the champion look strong. And after the matchup, after targeting the ribs throughout the entire matchup, she would punish Bianca while she was on the stretcher, taking her out for about a week. Turns out she didn't break any ribs, but she definitely damaged them. Not really wise, Bianca did not be wearing tape during the matchup, but regardless, Bianca would come back and get some revenge on Piper last week, coming after her brawl with Toni Storm backstage, tackling Piper Niven into a TV monitor, and it would explode. But this match here, as you can see, was very physical. These two know each other very well from facing each other in a tag match before, as well as 2 one-on-one matches, and this is supposed to be the tiebreaker. Who will come out victorious is what we're trying to find out right now. Surprisingly to Bianca, Piper was very agile throughout the entire matchup, having some very deceptive speed, as we know that Bianca is known for being the EST of NXT, being the fastest, the strongest, and whatnot, but she would have to use her wits and try to be the smartest, trying to basically learn from her past mistakes against Piper, and also try to pull out feats of strength that would just throw Piper off her game. It was incredibly physical, and for a while it seemed like it was just a false hope of an effort, because every single time that Bianca would get the advantage, Piper was right back on the attack, targeting the head, targeting the legs, the arms, but mostly the body. And Piper's not really known for being technically sound, so that's the strange thing about it. It was just these two trying to basically kill each other. But Bianca wouldn't give up just yet. Every single time she got knocked back down, she got right back up. She grabbed weapons from underneath the ring, such as steel chairs, maybe even a kendo stick here and there. Tried to use the steps at one point, but didn't really work out too well. She was able to counter the Michinoku driver quite a few times, which is pretty good on her, but only a few times, as eventually in the matchup, they would pay dividend. As you can see there, she got a DDT on the chair and followed up with a combo here. It was insane to me to watch it, because I kept thinking the match was over at certain points, where it seemed like it made a lot of sense. But every single time, I was wrong. Piper was extremely physical throughout this one, as you see here with the speed once again. Sometimes she would target the ribs and have a clear chance to win, but just wouldn't go for a cover. Instead would look to inflict more punishment, more damage to Bianca Belair. As you can see there, she would get the Michinoku driver. This is one of the points I was talking about. You look at this, the scenario makes perfect sense, should be over, but it's not. Somehow Bianca able to stay in it. And these two right now are preparing for a huge championship opportunity, where will be the UK Women's Champion taking on Toni Storm, the SmackDown Live Women's Champion at NXT TakeOver, while the Royal Rumble winner, as she requested, Bianca Belair, the NXT Women's Champion, will be taking on Anna May. The winner of those two matches will meet the other champion in a champion versus champion match at WrestleMania. Not the main event though. The main event is actually going to be AJ Styles alongside Finn Balor against Buzz, aka CJ Extreme, with Baron Blade in a Universal Championship match. Some might argue it should be the Royal Rumble, but it's whatever. I do like, however, how unrelenting Bianca was in this matchup. She hit the KOD once, didn't work, picks her right back up, goes right into the finisher. Not a lot of people do that. A lot of people make the mistake of not going back for it. But she tried it back-to-back times, and somehow Piper was able to stay in it. So after seeing that, I was like, yeah, this is it, dude. Piper's definitely going to win at this point. If she could take 2 KODs, I honestly don't see Bianca taking 2 Michinoku drivers with all the damage that's been done to the ribs. But she still took it. And the battle would continue. It was definitely incredible to watch. And I kept thinking, Bianca, you're kind of doing too much damage to yourself here. I know we're 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, but you might want to chill with all this. But she didn't want to hear that. She didn't want to listen to that. Bianca knew she had to win this one. She had to win so that she'd be prepared for the ace of the women's division, the self-proclaimed ace of the women's division, Anna May. And thus, she'd be victorious. And Bianca would go on to celebrate. And rightfully so. It was an incredible matchup. I would say they would have put this rivalry to the end at this point. I mean, they've done everything they could do, basically. They met one-on-one quite a few times. They broke the tie. They met in the tag team matchup as well. There's nowhere else for them to really go. But Piper, of course, wasn't done drilling Bianca Belair with a freaking championship. And I guess Piper's night wasn't done just yet. She had a lot more she wanted to do later on. But in the meantime, we'll move on to this triple threat match with Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, who was a former NXT Women's Champion, and they would take on Toni Storm in a non-title triple threat matchup. Toni Storm would come to the ring ever so focused in the black and yellow, representing the black and gold brand. I call it the black and yellow brand. I mean, it's just me. Got this stretch applied here. I forget what it's called, the abdominal stretch. How did I forget that? Such a classic move, and I forgot the name of it. Excellent escape from Candice LeRae, though. Toni Storm lurking on the outside. Look at that Hurricane Rana taking out the much larger Rhea Ripley. Gets drilled there, though. Does Candice. Overhand. Overhand again. Attempted, and this time gets caught with these axe handles. There's another axe handle. Schoolgirl roll up. Nope, roll through. Kick to the face. I like it. Caught by Rhea Ripley. Looking for the riptide. Here we go. Toni's been on the receiving end of that. She might want to break up this pin. Oh no, she missed. It could be over here. No, she breaks it up. Wait a minute, Toni now. I don't know if this move is banned or not. Oh, I don't know if it's banned on NXT, but we certainly just saw it. A sit-out pile driver. Now goes for the pin on Candice. 1, 2. Candice somehow able to kick out of it. Guess it only makes sense now to go for the pin on Rhea Ripley. And she does. Remember, rope break supply in this matchup. Rhea able to kick out of that one. Speaking of kicks, punishing her in the corner now. Goes over to Candice. Looking for some more kicks, I think, but she got countered that time. Candice now. Turning Toni Storm around. What she's setting up for, drop kick to the back. I don't think she's done yet. Irish whip now. Over the top rope here. It's one fall to the finish. One pinfall, one submission to do it. Oh no! Brutal. DDT on the apron. Now heads back in. Rhea Ripley is still down from all those kicks. Probably still rattled from that freaking pile driver. May have concussed her. But speaking of concussions, here comes a running face wash. Oh man. Might give her a receding hairline like Baron Corbin. Jeez. Wait a minute. Rhea is back up with the uppercut. Scooped up. Oh, no. Roll up. Inside the ring. Toni is not there. This could be it. 2. No, it's not enough just yet. Oh, roll through. Here we go. Right into a pin. 1, and that time it's broken up by Toni Storm. Oh, hits both of them with a single punch. Interesting. Now into the corner for Rhea Ripley. Caught, though, by Candice LeRae. Back suplex gets all of it. Candice now. Sliding complete shot. I like that move. I really do. It's very simple, but it's also effective. Probably going to follow up with a lion saw, I think. No, she isn't. Grabs the arm. What is this? Monkey flip on Rhea Ripley. Nice. Oh, caught from behind, though. Toni Storm lying in wait, picking her spot. Goes for the roll up. 2. Not enough to beat Candice. Surprisingly, at least on NXT, we've never seen these two men, but they actually had a match. I forget what company it was in, but it was incredible. It was a championship match, and Toni Storm would come out victorious. But if you haven't seen it before, I definitely recommend checking it out. Candice LeRae versus Toni Storm. Incredible stuff. The violence party here from Candice LeRae, absolutely destroying Toni in the corner right now. She is going crazy, but she's a bit tired and worn out, and understandably so, Been using a lot of her speed here, relying on that against the two larger competitors. Cover now, broken up by Rhea, who's right back in it. And I think Rhea now is about to put her to bed. No, she isn't. Gets caught. Look at the strength. Gory bomb. Go for a pin. You got it. Okay, don't go for a pin. Rhea immediately recovers. What the hell is that about? Overhand. Full Nelson. Oh my goodness, the height. She cleared the top rope with that impact. Toni is still down. Hooks the outside leg. It's Candice. Done for. 2, it's not enough. I'm thinking you should go after Toni now. I mean, she's down. Oh, well, never mind. Drop with a dragon screw. Toni now. Kick to the gut. Wait a minute. Another power driver. Man. That should be it. Wasted no time going for the cover this time around. There's no way Candice kicks out. Toni is victorious. Excellent triple threat matchup. After following that one-on-one match with Seth Rollins and Adam Cole, in which Adam Cole will win with the Undisputed Era constantly interfering. But Toni Storm wasn't done yet. She would be called out on the ramp by her rival Piper Niven. Piper, they're ever so salty about losing her match to Bianca, now wants to pick a fight with Toni Storm. And I'm curious as to why. All this damage she's causing, definitely going to get thrown out of the building. And after this scuffle here on the stage, they certainly would be. But it was a really cool brawl to see between the two. And I gotta wonder what kind of match they're gonna have at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. I'm very, very curious to see. But we'll move on to Anime in the main event against Paige in a non-title matchup. We had already seen Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano defeat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a really, really class matchup. It was amazing. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you check it out on the WWE Network. It's not there. Okay, so Paige returning to NXT, her home, where it all started, and now looking to finish things with Anime. The bell rings, and wisely, capitalizing on the ring rust of Paige, we assume going for a roll-up here is Anime. Not done yet. Caught from behind. I thought she was going for a poison rana. Nope, just sets up a Frankensteiner. Again, another pin combination, but another 1 count. In the meantime, going for all these pins is helping Paige gain some momentum here. Might be pretty dangerous to play with here for Anime. Hits the Flying Nimbus and yet another 1 count. Anime, however, still plotting her next move, staying on the offense, staying on the attack, not getting frustrated, which is smart. Blocks the forearm shot. Super kick by Paige. And we know what Paige is capable of if we remember her at least. She has some very, very tactical strikes she likes to use. Headbutts, short on clotheslines, super kicks. But not only that, technically sound as well. She'll target the legs. I think she's doing that right now. Little stump puller action. There you go. Or she'll even target the arms if she wants to. Oh, she's going to do that now too. Look at this. Commentator's curse. I told you, Jarrell. I told you. Pulling away at the arm now. Probably going to stop her from countering the PTO later on in this matchup. Now trying to force Anime to use some of her stamina. Paige knew that wasn't going to win. She's seen Anime's matches on SmackDown. That's where Anime started, at least, before she became Raw Women's Champion. Overhand, trying to get back in this one, but Paige just keeping her out of it, which is something I really like to see. I like to see when someone knows what to do against Anime. This is what you got to do. You got to let her waste her own time, going for move after move after move, always trying to defeat you as fast as possible. She'll make a lot more mistakes, and again, making a lot more mistakes by climbing this top rope. I hope no one was listening there because I think I just revealed Anime's weakness. Oh, and there you go. The fall away slam. Not done yet. Vintage Paige with the Paige turner, and that's going to have to do it for Anime. 2, it's not enough just yet. That's got to be frustrating. But no, Paige staying on the attack, going right into the Rampage, I assume, because it's a standing move. Nope. She's seen that one too many times before. Super kick right on the chin. Suya, splash as well, right to the body. And this may turn the match around. May not win the match, but let's see if it does. Just a 2. Over the top rope now. Counter by Anime with that forearm shot. What is she going to do? Dragon Rana, another pin combo. 1. Another 1 count. What is she going to do? All these roll-ups, and none of them are enough. Uppercut. Paige. And nails a backbreaker, which also can soften you up for the PTO. The way your spine is bent against itself. And here we go. Paige Turner. Whoa. Nice counter by Anime. Able to move the leg out of the way to prevent her from completing that modified Russian leg sweep. Elbow to the face. Hits the running bulldog now. In the corner now. Could be going for the dynamic entry or going for the whirlwind DDT. Let's find out which one. Nope, she gets a counter instead. Trying it for a second time now. Might be a bad idea, but can it work? Looks like it's going to. Oh, man, right on the back of the head and neck. 2. Man, could have snapped her neck right there. Jeez. We've seen her win matches with that one before. She defeated Shayna Baszler, actually, in a matchup at Clash of Champions. Counter that time. From behind. Here we go. Shin breaker. Nice move from Paige. And Paige is PO'd. Pissed off. Some to the back of the head and goes right into a dragon sleeper. Anime's neck isn't even being choked out here. Her head is just being pulled back. It's nasty. But Anime does not wear knee pads. Hits the Rasengan. Just a 1 count. Come on, man. I don't even know how that's even possible at this point. I used to call Anime Anna, and I kept switching it back and forth. I'm sticking with Anime, as you can see. Throughout the series, I just stuck with that. So it's kind of weird, you go back and watch that. Speaking of weird, what the hell is this? Headbutt, 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 vintage Paige. Immediately follows up right into, I think this is the PTO, the Paige tap out, weird submission name. We don't really care. Because it's going to be over here for Anime. I don't know. Look at this. How do you get out of this? How do you get... Oh, well, I guess she doesn't have the strength to keep Anime up and Anime able to break free. Paige needs to get back in the gym, man. Oh, drop with the gum rocket. Spirit bomb now. Still doesn't go for it. Interesting choice. Oh, look at this. All went for a striking combination in the corner. Paige able to stop it. Now choking out Anime, trying to slow down the pace once again. Got the legs. Alley-oop into a power bomb. Might be going for the cover here. She does not. Just gets Anime back up on her feet. Irish whip into the corner. What's this going to be? What is this? Tornado DDT. Oh, man. And Paige has Anime irresponsive. Now for the finish. Here we go. Rampage. That's it. Call it a night. It's over. Hook the leg. You did it. Here we go. 1, 2. No! Of course not. It's going to take more than one finisher to beat Anime, as it has always taken more than one finisher. But now it's Anime's turn to fire back on Paige. Irish whip. Thrown up to the sky. Hits the Odama Rasengan. We've seen people kick out of this one before. Will Paige be another, or will she be a victim? 2. That's going to do it. Excellent matchup. An incredible clash between the two. Really, Paige had her well scouted, but she was not in enough ring shape. Perhaps too much ring rust to actually be able to overcome Anime, to be able to defeat her. But from underneath the ring, after being banned from the building, Piper Niven comes after Anime, but Anime knew what was coming. She counters. She takes out Piper, but Piper wasn't done yet. She would head back into the ring, and still Anime would be in control. But instead, she would be jumped by Team Kick, a new alliance being formed here. Her NXT UK buddies trying to put away Anime. And they would do so successfully. But what does this mean for the next episode?